What's going on, traders? John with Tactical Trading here with our OTC Saturday video. I know before I was putting out videos almost 4 or 5 times a week. We're down to right now about 2 videos a week. I'm going to be trying to get more consistent with putting out a midweek update as well too. But we'll always have these OTC Saturdays in our watch list going into Sunday evening. First, before we do get started, I want to do a public apology to a gentleman, John Martinet at Film Speed on Twitter. We got into a little misunderstanding this morning. I should have just answered his question. I have a pounding headache today. I'm going through Twitter, and as you all know, I just got on Twitter a month ago. I'm not used to dealing with the fakes, the haters, the pumpers, and all this nonsense on Twitter, and people coming after you for absolutely no good reason whatsoever. So I was just, and this is not what this gentleman did. He asked me a question. I told him to go look it up himself. And do some research himself. I should have just answered the question. It was a simple question. And I should have just done that. I was just trying to help out, saying, listen, take a look here and here, and this is where you'll find your answers. This way you can just, constantly, consistently look up the plays that you find interesting. One thing that Twitter does help dramatically is give you a lot of ideas. You can go through and look through Twitter and find what stocks are being talked about the most. These stocks have a lot of interest. This is something that you definitely want to take a look at and then do your own due diligence on these stocks. You want to research these things. You want to go to OTC markets, check out their share structure. You want to take a look at the company websites. You want to look at their Twitter page. All different things. You want to try to find out if they have toxic debt. You want to look at their 10Ks, their 10Qs, 8Ks. You want to look at all these things, and all this can be found on OTC markets. That is the best way to find out anything about a company, is looking at their share structure on there and then going to their SEC filings and look at their filings to see what kind of toxic debt. A lot of times you don't really want to buy into companies that are not pink current unless they are basically making a move to get pink current while you're buying, because that is a catalyst in getting into these companies, just like one we talked about last week, and that's Nika, NECA, Nika Holdings. So I do want to apologize, and hope you accept my apology. We're going to first go into some of the plays we talked about last week. That's Otc Systems, MJLB. They did announce the contract that we spoke of with TELUS is the company. I thought it was probably going to be Rogers Communications, but I was wrong on that. This is TELUS, still a huge deal. TELUS is singing their praises, which should lead to further contracts with this company. MJLB, when we spoke of it last week, was 0.0138, so it was under a penny and a half. This week on Friday, they closed at 7 cents, or just a little tick over 7 cents. I would be buying any type of pullbacks on this company. In fact, Thursday was a perfect opportunity. Dropped down into the a little over 3.5 cent range. Would have been a perfect opportunity, and one day you would have had a 100% run. This is a company, in my opinion, that you buy on any type of dips and put it away in the old vault, because I think in about a year from now, maybe 6-8 months, whatever it may be, this company may be a 30-40 cent stock. I really like the prospects of this company. It's one of my favorite OTC stocks at the time right now, and I think MJLB is an investment. I think it's a really solid company. They have a great share structure, and they have a good story. Second stock we're talking about is the stock we mentioned last week as well, NECA, Nika Holdings. This stock last week when we mentioned it was 0.0013, just getting onto the trips, and it closed this week at 0.00425, so it's up nearly over 3 times from what we called it out last week. Hit a high of 0.0063. This is a challenge play that we're still holding if you're in the challenge. So we're still holding this play, and they do have anticipated news on Monday. They will have all their filings current as of Monday morning at 7 a.m. Central Time, and looks to be there's some type of merger or something going on. There's a lot of good research going on Twitter about this company. I don't want to make any speculations because it could be right, it could be wrong. We will not know until Monday morning, but this is a type of play where I really want to take that risk because we're up so much on it. I want to see if this thing can get really good news and propel to the penny range, if not better. So Nika Holdings is one of my favorites. I really like this stock. It has a very, very eerily similar feel to what TSNP had a couple weeks back, or almost a month back. I am not by any means saying that this is the same type of deal. TSNP right now, an absolute steal in my opinion, being under 15 cents. This is another stock that down the line, a year from now, you might be looking at a 75-cent stock, if not better. They do have a little bit of a higher share structure, but the fact of the matter is they have the prospect of having huge revenues with the company that they have. Love the company. I think it's one of the top buys in the OTC market. It's been the play of 2020. So I'm not comparing Nika to TSNP as far as, that would be ridiculous to do. But the chart looks very similar, and it has that very similar feel. I'd be happy if Nika ran to 2 cents. I mean, I'd be ecstatic. I did say the same thing about TSNP, but then when we found out more revelations with the company, I knew it would go much higher. When we find out, I'll have a more definitive answer of where I think this will go once we get the answer on Monday. But this is something we're definitely holding, and we've made a nice profit on. Another one is one we mentioned 2 weeks ago on our watch list, and this is Ameritech Ventures, ATVK. We mentioned this right about 2 cents, or a shade under 2 cents. Right now on Friday, it closed at 0.039, so almost 100% gain. It was up 34% on Friday. They have all the documents filed as far as going pink current, and we know that they're going to be some type of merger. I've been looking at EPAS at their Twitter account and Ameritech Ventures Twitter account to get as much news as possible. I do anticipate these guys being officially pink current sometime early next week. It should be before Christmas, and I do expect this thing to run pretty good. It's got an excellent share structure as far as OTC stocks. It seems like the float is pretty much hemmed up. I mean, this thing moves. This thing has very wild swings from the mid 2s to the mid 3s on very little volume, so it doesn't seem like there's much volume out there. There has been low volume, which has moved this 34% on Friday, and that's on just a shader, and I believe it was right around 10 million shares traded. If we get the news, this thing could trade 80 to 100 million shares, and this thing is going to fly if that's the case. So I really have my eye on ATVK, one of my favorites in the OTC market right now. Now, we're going to talk about two stocks for Otc Saturday that we haven't talked about before. I'm going to get into one real quick, and then we're going to get a little more detail about the second one. The first one is USEI. USEI. This is a TRIPS play. This thing closed on Friday at 0.00065. It was up 62% on Friday. This play is very interesting to me. This is more of a speculative play, but it's very interesting. They have $22 million in assets. 15.8 million of this is in some coin. It's a cryptocurrency. They're working on CBD extraction. They invested in MRX extractors, and they have applied for a manufacturing, cultivation, and production license as well in the state of California. I think this is a very good little speculative play. They do have a little bit of a higher share structure, but the fact of the matter is that this is a very interesting TRIPS play. These are the plays that have been running, so I'm very interested in USEI. That's USEI. Now, the main focus of this is going to be on Minerco, MINE. This stock, I didn't even put down what they closed at. They closed at 0.0028 or 29. They were down just a shade on Friday because I believe they closed in the low 30s on Thursday. But they had a monstrous run on Thursday. They ran from the trips all the way up to the 30s. And then yesterday morning, they ran all the way up into the 50s and then pulled back, which is not, I mean, that's going to happen. You're not going to have a stock go straight parabolic. But this is a play on psychedelics and blockchain cryptocurrency, two of the hottest sectors in the market today. Again, this thing ran very hard on Thursday when their crypto token Shrew received approval on 7 blockchain exchanges. They're also seeking $5 million in SEC-approved funding to cancel out any toxic debt on the books, which is a very good sign. It's to be seen if they get that funding, but they should be able to secure that funding, and that would help them tremendously. Minerco and Anything Tech Media will host the world's first Shroom Zoom for CNN viewing this Sunday, December 20th. So that should bring a lot of eyes on this company, a lot of new investors, a lot of people interested in the psychedelics, in cryptocurrency, and a lot of new people in this company. So I think this thing should have a pretty strong run next week going into Christmas. So again, that puts a lot of eyes on this play, being that this Shroom Zoom will be broadcast on CNN. Lastly, they're working to expand their operations in Oregon and Vermont, and they're also in discussions with a CBD manufacturing white label company, Wilco, for a potential acquisition. So they're going to be getting into the CBD, which is a very hot market as well too. So they're going to be a cannabis play, a psychedelic mushroom play, and also a cryptocurrency play. And at 0.0028 or 29, I was one of those two. I forgot to put that down here. I think it's a steal right now because I think this thing could be trading at a penny come the new year. The stocks we were looking at today again: USEI, MINE, MJLB, NECA, and ATVK. In fact, if you're in the challenge, we've already traded quite a few of these. I may be calling out mine for a challenge play early this week for more of a midterm hold. Probably will be clearing up some of the plays on the books just to clear up some cash and get this thing moving. As far as the challenge, if you haven't seen, go check out my friend Red Viking Trucker's YouTube channel. I did an interview on there detailing the challenge, and just so we know, as of Thursday night, I will go over this. As of Thursday night on the challenge, and this does not include yesterday. I haven't went over everything. I didn't have time. But as of Friday morning, we have taken $5,000 and turned it into $9,294. That's an 85% gain in only 5 business days. I believe we're up a little bit yesterday too, as well too, because ATVK had a really good day. Nika did pull back, but. We're kind of waiting on TSNP. I'm not sure what I want to do for that because I think that's more of a long-term play. And being that this is a 30-day challenge, I might want to just get that one out of the portfolio for quick and then add it in, have you add it in later on. But I mean, it's something that no doubt I wouldn't be selling this at these points if it wasn't for the 30-day quick challenge. So, I'm going to have another video as far as the watch list. We're going to be talking about this challenge a little bit more in detail. I'm going to be giving some sell targets for some of these stocks as far as Nika, ATVK, TSNP. We closed out our UNGS position yesterday. We still have AWGI, VNTH, and VMSI. So we're going to look to see what we can do. I know we do have some cash freed up at this point, but I'd like to clear up a little more and kind of consolidate it to only 2 or 3 plays and kind of get the ones that are really pushing to get this moving. Again, we're up 85% in the challenge, and only now we're 6 business days, so I got to see exactly where we're at in the update. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on that. That's all I got for you today. As always, please like, please share, please subscribe. As any comments or questions, put them in the comment section below. And as always, folks, let's get that money, traders.